Hello and welcome to Strive Defense Dialogue. I welcome you all to today's episode where my guest is Brigadier Pankaj Chib. Welcome to the show, Pankaj.
Thank you, sir.
Pankaj is an intelligence corps officer who retired a few years back, and he has tremendous hold over what is happening in Pakistan, and in that also on the nuclear aspects of Pakistan. Today, we will not only discuss about the nuclear aspect, we will talk about another very interesting factor, that how exactly the nuclear capability of Pakistan, they have expanded by means of psychological means. What Pankaj has termed it in one of his articles as a cultivated irrationality. A lot of international authors, scholars have said that Pakistan is a country which holds a gun to its own temple, saying that if something goes wrong, I will shoot myself. And the world rushes to save Pakistan. In the similar vein, Pakistan has a feeling that if they have this threat of destroying the whole world, think about General Asif Munir's recent statement when he warned that if Pakistan were pushed too far, it would take half the world with us. Or earlier, when Pakistan, whenever it is on brink, they describe that their country is not scared of using nuclear bombs. So, Brigadier Pankaj Chib, my first question to you under this preamble that I've given is that let's talk about the origin. We know that Pakistan's nuclear story, takes off from India's 1974 when India carried out a nuclear test. That is the time when Zulfikar Ali Bhutto had said that हम घास खा लेंगे निकल nuclear bomb बनाएंगे. Now, this is also being flaunted as Islamic bomb. So, my first question to you to set the stage: how did this journey begin, and how has it reached the point where Pakistan stands today? Over to you.
Sir, thank you very much, sir. Uh, Sir, contrary to what everybody feels that it was 1972 in Multan when that time Bhutto had given the statement. Uh, if we go back in the history, sir, I will not touch about the civilian part of it, sir. But it was somewhere in 1965, sir. That is a time when the Pakistanis had gone for talent hunt, sir. They felt that after 1964, if I am not, or 62, when the Chinese they had done their nuclear test, they felt that Indians will also go for this kind of a route, and that is a time they felt that they need to also go nuclear, sir. So 1965, sir, the first time. So the talent hunt was actually launched by the Pakistanis. That time, Bhutto was one of the ministers, I think, in power fuel, sir. It is in 1972, after debacle of Pakistanis in the 1971 war, sir. That is a time when Bhutto had given the statement which you just made, sir. So it's 1965 and not 1972, sir. Now that is a time when AQ Khan, sir, was basically a person who was from Bhopal. His family shifted in 1952 to Pakistan, sir. So he had opened that what that time called as the Engineering Research Laboratory, which later on became the Khan on the Kahuta, what we called it, sir, thereafter, sir. It is widely believed, sir, 1986 was a time when Pakistan was able to make its first nuclear bombs. And that was basically a uranium bomb, sir. Then, sir, in somewhere in late 80s or early 90s, sir, they were able to get a research reactor. Research is just a false name, sir, from the Chinese, and which was at the Khushab. And that was the journey they started with the plutonium route, sir. So initially they had the uranium route, sir. In uranium route, by 1986, they were able to make the first weapon, sir. And somewhere in late 80s and 90s, they got into the plutonium route, sir. So the Khushab nuclear reactor, which was given to by the Chinese, got it got critical somewhere in 1998. Sir. Thereafter, then they made a reprocessing lab. Sir. Reprocessing lab is basically meant for plutonium routes, sir, in Nellore, sir, and that is how their journey started off. Sir.
Okay. Now, because our main topic of discussion is the cultivated irrationality. Pakistan जो भी बोलता है वो recklessly बिना सोचे समझे नहीं बोलता है. That is the theme of our today's episode, but we just setting the stage. So quickly, Brigadier Pankaj, I want you, what is the estimate stockpile that is already existing with Pakistan? And very quickly for our audience, I'll also request you कि आप जैसे रिसर्च स्कॉलर्स और जो रिसर्च करते हैं, आपके पास क्या ऐसी टूल्स और तरीके होते हैं जिससे आप उसका एस्टिमेट करते हैं कि आज पाकिस्तान के पास कितने न्यूक्लियर वॉरहेड्स हैं?
Sir, it's very difficult to analyze the nuclear warheads. Sir. There are so many factors involved in that, sir. It is a 5 kt ton, 5 kt, 20 kt, whatever it is, sir. People, they have gone for firstly getting into what is the uranium which is there in Pakistan. Then from there, how much can be extracted, and thereafter process, how much can go to plutonium, how can to the uranium route, sir. It's very difficult, sir. Very difficult. They're all estimates, sir. But somehow, sir, if somebody has been able to get the exact figures from the horse's mouth somewhere in the past, and thereafter then you extrapolate, keeping in mind actually what is its capability to build up. Of course, the capability has increased now with this one more nuclear reactor coming up at the Khoshab, sir. So then that will be probably be a better way to gauge, sir. So on the horse's mouth, sir, I'll just put it this way. Somewhere in 2010, sir, he had around 57 of them, sir. And that time he had planned to make it to, by next 2 years, by 2012, 272 of them, sir. I'm talking about the special warheads only presently, sir. So when I extrapolate this figure, sir, it comes to around that he should be able to make around 8 to 10 special warheads every year, sir. Now, this is keeping in mind the capability that time. This capability probably has gone up now, sir. But let us take it the capability that time only, sir. So it makes, keeping in mind, he said he had 57 in 2010, and he had 70. He was for 72 in 2012, sir. So with that, the capability is around 8 to 10 per year, sir. So if I extrapolate that, sir, it comes to around 176 now. If it is 8 per year, to 202 if it is 10 per year, sir. But I said so, the capability is increased, sir. So I have to add something more to it, sir. So in my estimate, it will be around 2 to 5, sir. Almost, sir.
Yeah,
although
what you're saying, yeah, please go ahead.
Although the bulletin for that scientists, they say 170, and they've been maintaining 170 in 2023 also, and now. So they are actually calculating it from different angles, and but this is what I'm trying to tell you is my assessment, keeping in mind some concrete information, sir.
Okay. Thank you. I mean, that was a very nicely explained concept. My next question to you is, as August 2025, Prime Minister announced a new branch of army, similar to China's PLA Rocket Force Command, as they're calling it. The aim probably is to enhance conventional deterrence, strike deeper into enemy territory without crossing the nuclear threshold. This announcement is very interesting. Just after the conflict, that is Operation Sindoor with India, is it a coincidence that immediately after that they decide to announce that there will be a altogether different command controlling the rocket force? So I want you to cover what exactly is this Rocket Force Command, why has Pakistan created it, and how does it change the balance of power with India? Over to you.
Sir, this is a very recent announcement made by them, sir, and not many people have been able to obtain the information on the subject, sir. But I'll go back and try to see from the history and then try to put it, sir. Sir, the presently the Army Strategic Forces Command, sir, they had the inventory both for the special warheads and the conventional warheads, sir. Whereas the RT divisions, let's say in the Pakistan RT, sir, that is a 2 RT div and 21 RT divisions, sir, they were having missiles now, sir. Earlier they used to have only rockets, sir, and they were only the conventional, sir. To me it seems, sir, what he is planning to do is something like the, let's say, PLA, where their rocket force is totally meant for the conventional aspects, sir. Here he is probably going to put a command structure over 2 and 21, sir. Milk out some of the resources from the Army Strategic Forces Command, where they were also using the conventional weapons, give it to this rocket force out here, sir. So then what is happening now is, sir, he is having a centralized rocket force primarily only for the conventional weapons, sir, and the Army Strategic Forces Command totally and only for the special warheads. This is probably is going to shape up this way, sir. Of course, as the information will start coming, sir, we will actually then thereafter refine our assessments.
Okay. पंकज, मैं अगला सवाल आपसे हिंदी में पूछूंगा क्योंकि ये एक ऐसा क्वेश्चन है, यू ट्राई एंड इन ए मिक्स ऑफ लैंग्वेज ट्राई एंड आंसर दिस. बहुत बात होती है पाकिस्तान की सो कॉल्ड रेड लाइंस पे, मतलब किस सिचुएशन में वो न्यूक्लियर वेपन यूज कर सकता है, क्योंकि वी एज एन इंडियन आर कंसर्न्ड अबाउट इट कि क्या ऐसी सिचुएशन है कि वो न्यूक्लियर वॉर को रिसोर्ट कर सकता है. क्या तब जब इंडियन आर्मी जब बॉर्डर क्रॉस करके उनके कंट्री के अंदर घुस जाएगी, क्या ये उस वक्त न्यूक्लियर फोर्स इस्तेमाल करेगा, या लगेगा कि अब कुछ नहीं बचा है और वी हैव बीन एबल टू पुट मैक्सिमम डेंट, एंड जो उनकी कन्वेंशनल आर्मी है, जो रेगुलर आर्मी है, वो बिल्कुल टूट जाएगी, या अगर इंडिया उनकी इकोनॉमी को बर्बाद कर देता है, बिल्कुल बर्बाद कर देता है, क्या कश्मीर पर भी कोई ऐसा बड़ा डिसीजन पाकिस्तान ले सकता है? तो ये सारे डाउट जो है ये आम इंडियन जो भी को वॉच करता है उसके दिमाग में रहता है. तो माय क्वेश्चन इज कि पाकिस्तान की असली न्यूक्लियर रेड लाइंस क्या है अकॉर्डिंग टू यू, और क्या ये साउथ एशिया के लिए कितना बड़ा रिस्क हो सकता है, ये पाकिस्तान का जो पागलपन या इररेशनैलिटी जिसको हम कहें? ओवर टू यू.
सर, मैं इस प्रश्न का उत्तर आपको 3 उनके डिफरेंट रीडिंग मटेरियल से दूंगा, सर. पहला, सर, कि क्या पढ़ाते हैं सर वो अपने न्यूक्लियर स्ट्रेटेजी के बारे में नेशनल डिफेंस यूनिवर्सिटी में, सर. सर, बाय द वे, उनकी नेशनल डिफेंस यूनिवर्सिटी में बड़े अच्छे ही पढ़े रीडिंग मटेरियल मिलते हैं, सर, जो कि इवन जो वहाँ पर फॉरेन ऑफिसर्स करने आते हैं उनको भी दिया जाता है, सर. तो उनकी जो किताब है, उसमें जो न्यूक्लियर स्ट्रेटेजी किताब है, सर, उसमें साफ लिखा हुआ है कि सर ये थ्रेशोल्ड जोन से हैं, वे क्यूमुलेटिव होते हैं, सर. ऐसे नहीं कि एक चीज के ऊपर ये कि ये चीज हो जाएगी यहां तक तो मैं रेड लाइन क्रॉस कर लूंगा मैं, राइट सर. सेकंड, सर, जो उसकी न्यूक्लियर स्ट्रेटेजी है, सर, जिसके बारे में बहुत लोग कम जानते हैं, सर, वहां भी उसने ये लिखा हुआ है, सर, कि जो थ्रेशोल्ड है इट इज एम्बेडेड इन क्यूमुलेटिव फैक्टर्स which corresponds to space, degradation of the military forces, destruction of the economy, or the psychological social factors, right sir? So ये दूसरा आपको बताया, सर, जो कि उनकी न्यूक्लियर स्ट्रेटेजी में है. नाउ सर, तीसरा बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट चीज आता हूँ क्वेश्चन में, सर. पाकिस्तान में मेरे हिसाब से अभी तक एक ही न्यूक्लियर वॉर गेम हुई है, सर, वो हुई थी सन 2009 में सर, जुलाई अगस्त के टाइम पे अजमे नाव के साथ में। जब अजमे नाव कन्वेंशनल वॉर गेम हो रही थी साइड मिलिटेरियसली, उस टाइम पे न्यूक्लियर वॉर गेम भी चल रही थी सर। तो जब न्यूक्लियर वॉर गेम के एंड में जब डिस्कशन चली इसके ऊपर सर, तब एक अफसर ने वहां सवाल किया और ये बोला, सवाल नहीं कि सुझाव दिया उसने। तो बोलता है सर, हम कहते हैं कि हमारी जो स्पेस ओरिएंटेड रेड लाइन है वो मान लीजिए रहीम खान है। तो बोला सर हम ऐसे क्यों नहीं करते कि ये जो रेड लाइन हम यहां ड्रॉ कर रहे हैं, ये हम ड्रॉ करें इंडिया की तरफ। मान लीजिए जैसलमेर, मान लीजिए कि यदि इंडिया की स्ट्राइक फोर्स जैसलमेर से इधर की तरफ आती है तो पाकिस्तान का न्यूक्लियर थ्रेशोल्ड ब्रीच हो जाता है। बड़ा बड़ा ही मतलब आई मस्ट से बहुत ही सुझाव ऐसा था उसका। तो जिस पे खालिद अहमद कडवई सर, उनका डीजीएसपीडी था, वो बहुत लंबा रहा सर। वो 2013-14 तक रहा था सर। बाय द वे वो हिंदुस्तान में पीडब्ल्यू रहा था 1971 वॉर में, और उनके देश में हो सकता है कि जो पीडब्ल्यू रह चुका है उसको उस पोजीशन पे भी रखते हैं सर। उसने सर उस वॉर गेम के बोला था, उसने बोला था कि जेंटलमैन, ये जो रेड लाइंस हैं ये कभी भी सैंक्रोसेंट नहीं है, ये कभी भी सेम नहीं हो सकती। तो उसने एग्जाम्पल दिया, कहता इस वॉर गेम के अंदर यदि इंडिया की फोर्सेस शकरगढ़ बल्ज में काफी अंदर तक आ गई थी, नहीं सॉरी, डाउन साउथ 18 दिन में काफी अंदर तक आ चुकी थी, तो बोला हमारी फोर्सेस भी बल्ज में आगे तक चली गई थी। तो ऐसे टाइम पे यदि हम नॉर्मल लेते तो हमें इंडिया का जो एडवांस नीचे था या भावलपुर में था, उस लाइडरलैंड के हिसाब से हमें इस्तेमाल करना चाहिए था। लेकिन क्योंकि हम भी आगे बढ़ चुके थे तो उस टाइम पे न्यूक्लियर थ्रेशोल्ड जोन सा क्रॉस नहीं हुआ था। तो सर वो न्यूक्लियर थ्रेशोल्ड जोन सा है, उसका डिफाइन करना कि ये होगा तो ये होगा, वो इतना क्लियर कट कहीं नहीं है। वो खुद भी यही बोलते हैं सर, अपने रीडिंग मटेरियल में ये बोलते हैं सर, उनकी स्ट्रेटजी भी यही बोलती है सर, और जो आपको बताया मैंने अजमे नाव में खालिद अहमद कडवई ने बोला, वो भी यही बोलता है सर।
Pankaj, let's now come to concept of cultivated irrationality. देखिए, वेपन्स डॉक्ट्रिन एक तरफ है, और आज की वॉर जो है वो साइकोलॉजिकल एलिमेंट उसमें बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट प्ले करता है। साइकोलॉजी, दुश्मन की साइकोलॉजी, अपनी साइकोलॉजी, अपना ट्रोप्स, हाउ ए पर्टिकुलर इवेंट इज गोइंग टू बी व्यूड, एंड मोर इम्पोर्टेंटली वो नैरेटिव किस तरह से क्रिएट किया जाता है। Today you listen to the YouTube channels in Pakistan, a common man is just talking कि हमारे पास न्यूक्लियर हथियार है, हमारे पास न्यूक्लियर बॉम्ब है, they feel satisfied. Now Pakistan, like I had said in the introduction, projects an image of unpredictability and unwillingness to act recklessly, or rather willingness to act recklessly, कि हम तो कुछ भी करने के लिए तैयार हैं। This gives an image of unpredictability. So आप इसको cultivated irrationality बोलते हैं। नो, चाहे वो फौजी लीडर्स हैं, चाहे वो सिविलियन लीडर्स हैं, वो they use extreme phrases, holding gun to its own head. Asim Munir recently warning the entire world. So aim seems to be to frighten the adversary mentally, and thereafter deter the enemy to intervene into their affairs. Now, firstly, please tell me, what does cultivated irrationality means in practice, and how has Pakistan used this image to strengthen its deterrence posture?
सर मैंने आपको पहली बात तो सर इसका जवाब फिर उनके जो नेशनल डिफेंस यूनिवर्सिटी है उसकी न्यूक्लियर स्ट्रेटेजी की जो किताब है उसमें जवाब मिलता है सर इसका। तो मैं सर आपको वो एक स्लाइड बना के दी थी सर, आई विल रिक्वेस्ट उसको आप यदि फ्लैश कर दें सर। मेरा सभी से अनुरोध है इसको एक बार पढ़ लें, फिर मैं बात करूंगा मैं सर। ओके सर। सर
प्लीज गो अहेड।
सर वैसे तो जो यहाँ लिखा हुआ है बड़ा ही क्लियर है सर। तो वो बोलते हैं कि न्यूक्लियर डेटरेंस को कैपेबिलिटी से दिखाया जाता है सर, कैपेबिलिटी से दिखाया जाता है, कैपेबिलिटी, क्रेडिबिलिटी एंड कम्युनिकेशन सर। जब वो क्रेडिबिलिटी की बात करता है सर तो उसमें यह लिखता है, और वो बड़े साफ लिखता है कि यदि हमें अपने क्रेडिबिलिटी दिखानी है तो हमें इरैशनल अपने आप को दिखाना पड़ेगा। तो मेरी किसी से बात हो रही थी एक बारी, तो उसने बोला, कहता है ऐसे है, डेटरेंस को और मजबूत दिखाने के लिए ही कल्टीवेटेड इरैशनैलिटी का प्रयोग करा जाता है। यह बात मुझे बहुत पहले किसी ने बोली थी। फिर जब मैंने ये किताब पढ़ी इनकी मैंने, तो ये सेकंड सेंटेंस देख रहे हैं आप, वो इसी को दर्शाता है कि हमें इरैशनल होना ही पड़ेगा और इससे हमारा डेटरेंस जो है और मजबूत हो जाएगा। सो कल्टीवेटेड इरैशनैलिटी इज बेसिकली टू फर्दर स्ट्रेंथन द डेटरेंस which the Pakistanis are actually planning to have it, and they have been displaying this cultivated irrationality. सर बाय द वे ये वर्ड जो था ये सन 2002 या 3 में सर हमारे इंट कोर के जनरल जेडीएस रावत थे, उन्होंने इसका प्रयोग किया था, तो मैंने उनसे ये वर्ड लिया है सर मैंने। और जब मैंने पढ़ा, पाकिस्तानी इसको बोलते हैं रैशनल ऑफ इरैशनैलिटी, जो जनरल रावत ने उस टाइम पे उसको कल्टिवेटेड इरैशनैलिटी बोला था सर। तो अभी जो आसिम मुनीर ने भी सर स्टेटमेंट दिया था फ्लोरिडा में, वहां दो चीजें थी सर। सर एक तो उसकी कल्टिवेटेड इरैशनैलिटी जो उसको पढ़ाई गई है सर, वो बता रहा था अपनी सर। सर सेकेंडली सर उसकी उसमें सर फ्रस्ट्रेशन थी सर। फ्रस्ट्रेशन क्या थी सर कि इंडिया ने इंडस वाटर ट्रीटी को हेल्ड इन एबेंस रखा हुआ है, पूरा वर्ल्ड जोन सा है, इंडिया को कुछ नहीं बोल रहा है। तभी उसने बोला कि यदि हम डूबेंगे तो कम से कम आधा विश्व को भी लेकर डूबेंगे। तो उसकी उस स्टेटमेंट में से दो चीजें झलक आती हैं, एक कल्टिवेटेड इरैशनैलिटी और उसकी फ्रस्ट्रेशन सर। और ये कल्टिवेटेड इरैशनैलिटी सर हमें देखने को मिलती रहेगी सर। और पाकिस्तान में सर ऐसा नहीं है मेरे हिसाब से कि एक ही आदमी निर्णय ले सकता है सर इस चीज के ऊपर। जिस तरह की इनकी नेशनल कमांड अथॉरिटी है उसमें काफी लोग हैं, तो इतना आसान नहीं है सर ये डिसीजन लेना टू गो स्ट्रेटेजिक। सो दे विल कीप ऑन डिस्प्लेइंग द कल्टिवेटेड इरैशनैलिटी हियर आफ्टर आल्सो सर।
सो ये चीज तो अब हम न्यूक्लियर एस्पेक्ट से बात कर रहे हैं, तो इज इट दिस कल्टिवेटेड इरैशनैलिटी इज बीइंग डिस्प्लेड थ्रूआउट इन ऑल ऑपरेशंस इंक्लूडिंग द ग्रे जोन ऑपरेशंस दैट दे आर डूइंग? क्या वो भी जो मिलिटेड ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस के साथ है वो सब इस तरह से कुछ एक प्लान होके होता है या आर्बिट्रेरीली कहीं भी कुछ भी करते हैं?
सर मिलिटेंट ऑपरेशन के बारे में मैं ये नहीं बोल पाऊंगा कि वो उसमें कल्टिवेटेड इरैशनैलिटी है कि नहीं है सर, क्योंकि उसमें बहुत चीजें ग्रे जोन में जिसके बारे में हम बात नहीं कर पाते हैं सर। लेकिन मैं आपने ये टॉपिक छेड़ा तो सर मेरा एक मानना है सर कि यदि हम वॉरफेयर को 3 जोन में बांटते हैं, दैट इज सब कन्वेंशनल, कन्वेंशनल एंड द न्यूक्लियर सर, पाकिस्तान ने क्या कर रखा है सर कि कुछ भी सब कन्वेंशनल में होता है सर और हम उसका जवाब देने के लिए कन्वेंशनल में जाते हैं सर, तो पाकिस्तान फट से जंप करता है न्यूक्लियर में एंड ही शोज द कल्टिवेटेड इरैशनैलिटी आउट देयर सर with a hope that we will back down sir. This is how the Pakistanis they have been operating sir. So they are trying to actually dominate in that spectrum sir, the extreme parts, that is sub conventional and the nuclear, they're trying to dominate sir. Now sir of course आज का टॉपिक वो नहीं है, मेरा ये मानना है सर, मेरा ये मानना है कि यदि कोई सब कन्वेंशनल चीज होती है उनकी तरफ से तो हमें जो जवाब देना चाहिए वो सब कन्वेंशनल में ही देना चाहिए, ताकि उसको मौका ना लगे कि वो सीधा न्यूक्लियर में जंप करे और कहीं वो विश्व की किसी और ताकतों के जरिए कुछ ना कुछ प्रेशर डालने की हम पे कोशिश भी करे।
That's a very sound suggestion that you are making, because फिर वो देखिए अब again, this was not the topic, but since it came in the discussion, now every time Pakistan does an action or in sub-conventional zone, so we are responding, and every time we have to escalate our response. We started with something post Uri, and then we went ahead in Balakot and what we did in Operation Sindoor. So after this, what is the stage? So this we have to think of, that we have to, and for deterrence, I think we are not playing into the mind games too much, which we think we should be able to develop. We'll leave it at that. Now that we have spoken about sub-conventional and response by conventional method, now my next question to you is that recent Op Sindoor, we launched conventional missile strikes on Pakistan. Now, Pakistan at that time had convened its National Command Authority and thereafter hinted that we may go ahead. But India pressed ahead. We went ahead with our this thing. So, do you think it was a moment when India refused to be paralyzed by a nuclear threat, जो कि आज तक post Mumbai or post so many attacks in the past, mentally dominated so much that we took their nuclear bluff? So, do you think this time India has been able to call Pakistan's nuclear bluff? And what does it tell us about the credibility of Pakistan's nuclear posture?
सर ओके सर, नाउ सर पहली बात तो सर उनकी न्यूक्लियर स्ट्रेटेजी में ये लिखा हुआ है कि whenever their strategic capability is threatened, sir, the response will be strategic.
Yeah.
Even when they have made the nuclear hypothesis also, sir. So the one of the nuclear hypothesis, so nuclear hypothesis for everybody is nothing else. It is just the assessing the enemy's course of action, जो हम पढ़ते हैं normally appreciation में सर. तो उसमें भी यह है कि यदि उनके स्ट्रेटेजिक वेपन्स के ऊपर यदि कोई खतरा आता है तो उसका रिस्पांस भी स्ट्रेटेजिक ही होगा सर. तो पहली बात सर हमें ये चीज रखिए दिमाग में सर. नाउ आई कम टू द सेकंड पार्ट सर. सर मेरे पास सिर्फ जो खबर है वो खबर है जो मैं पढ़ता हूं मैं उस टाइम पे, क्योंकि अब सर्विस में नहीं हूं तो पढ़ता हूं सर. तो मैंने उन इवेंट्स को मैंने थोड़ा सा पढ़ा मैंने सर. तो सर जो मैंने पढ़ा है शायद वो जो पढ़ा है उसके बारे में बात करूंगा मैं, कि जब 8 या 9 की रात को कोई 12 बजे के आसपास सिरसा के ऊपर कोई एक मिसाइल इंटरसेप्ट हुई, बोला गया मिसाइल इंटरसेप्ट हुई, और ये भी बोला गया कि मिसाइल वो हमारी एनसीआर की तरफ के लिए थी. तो सर मैंने अपनी तरफ से एनसीआर को जोड़ा और सिरसा से लाइन ड्रॉ करी और मैंने उस लाइन को ड्रॉ कर दिया पाकिस्तान की तरफ से. तो सर मैं नाम नहीं लूंगा उस जगह का यहां पर अभी मैं. ये लाइन उस जगह से निकली जहां पर कि उनकी स्ट्रेटेजिक फोर्सेस का एक फॉरवर्ड डिप्लॉयमेंट एरिया है सर, जिसको एफडीए बोलते हैं सर. ये एफडीए चेंज नहीं होता सर, क्योंकि उस लेवल पे उस जगह पे बहुत कुछ तामझाम होना होता है सर. तो ये कोई रात के 12 बजे हुआ, तो मैं समझता हूं कि कुछ ना कुछ वो था. उसके इमीडिएटली बाद सर जो मैंने पढ़ा, रात को 2:30 बजे के करीब हमने नूर खान और बाकी जगह के ऊपर हमने भी अपना जवाबी कार्रवाई करी. मैं समझता हूं वो जवाबी कार्रवाई शायद सिरसा की जवाबी कार्रवाई थी मेरे हिसाब से. उसके बाद से सुबह कोई जब फजर का टाइम था, नमाज का टाइम था, उस समय उन्होंने फतेह 1 फतेह 2 का कोई 26 लोकेशन के ऊपर इंडिया पे करा. और उसके बाद से तकरीबन 7:45 बजे सुबह सरगोदा एयरबेस और किराना हिल्स के आसपास कुछ हमारा रिस्पांस हुआ सर. और उसके बाद से सर पाकिस्तान से कोई रिस्पांस नहीं आया सर. राइट सर. उनकी न्यूक्लियर स्ट्रेटेजी ये बोलती है, और मुझे मालूम है, अब सभी को मालूम है सर, किराना के एरिया में 47 SMG का कुछ है सर. मुझे नहीं मालूम है किराना के किस जगह पे हमारा निशाना था, मुझे उसके बारे में नहीं पता है सर. बट ये समझ लीजिए कि उसके एरिया में था सर. तो एज पर द न्यूक्लियर स्ट्रेटेजी सर, They should have responded. Now, why they didn't respond, that is a different issue, sir. Now, coming back again, sir, the frustration which was there in Asim Munir's statement in Florida, sir, was also frustration, sir, that in spite of his own nuclear strategy stating that any threat to his strategic capability, the response will be strategic, sir. He was not able to respond for whatever reasons, sir. And that is where I say, sir, that we were able to call its nuclear bluff, that he, in spite of a nuclear strategy, was not able to respond the way he had planned. Sir.
Okay, that's a interesting way of explaining. Okay, now continuing to talk about Pakistan, saying having a nuclear warhead is one aspect. The other aspect is the delivery system of that. Again, reading Pakistani literature, they, Gauri and Fateh and all these missile, what you call the delivery system. We also know that China and North Korea has been helping them a lot. What is your view about the capability of the delivery system of theirs and our capability to intercept the same warhead in India, and what is going to be the future trajectory of that?
Sir, I will not be able to. I do not know what is our capability, sir.
Okay,
I
fine.
cannot be.
I
I will not be
understand
able
that.
to.
I
I
understand
will
that.
not be able
Just tell me about
to.
the delivery system of Pakistan.
Sir, as we all know, there are about 6 land-based missiles, which are there, sir. And the missile bodies, sir, again now from the horse's mouth, they were around. They were going to have around 153 in 2014, sir. And they had planned that by 2017, sir, they will have around 768 missile bodies, sir. And sir, the best thing is, sir, in that around 63% was supposed to be cruise missiles. That is their Babar as far as the land base is concerned, sir, and Rad as far as the air is concerned, sir. Just for normal tidbits, sir. Babar missile is the reverse engineering of Tomahawk, sir. In 1999, if I'm not wrong, 1998, sir, when the Americans had fired the missiles after the terrorist attack in Africa, sir, one of the Tomahawk missile, it fell inside Pakistan, sir. And they, with the help of Chinese, they reverse engineered their thing, sir, and thereafter the Babur was actually made from there, sir. So coming back, sir, so around 63% of the missile inventory, what I'm talking about, they had already planned to be the one which is the cruise missiles. The second thing, sir, in their system now, after the 2000 after the Azmina war games, sir, they had come out with the Nasser thing, sir. Sir, Azmin now finished somewhere in 2013 before General Kayani retired, and 2015 onwards we started hearing about Nasser, sir. And Nasser was supposed to be a missile to have the TNW, that is the tactical nuclear warheads. So my assessment is, sir, that now within the whole of the the missile spectrum which they have it, sir, the bulk will be the TNWs and the cruise missiles. So the Nasser and the Babar will be the ones which will be the which will probably be the more share in the total missile bodies which they have it, sir. If I have to just extrapolate the figures, sir, today their missile bodies should be almost around 1,200 and 1,300. Sir. And in that, you can say maybe around 75% will be the cruise and the TNW. Sir. This is how it is, sir.
Okay. Pankaj, I think all the questions with now we will take on the questions from the audience.
Sure.
My first question is, before I take on the question, Colonel AK sir, your question is, I have not received it. I just saw your name. You requested to key in again in case it's possible for you. Okay. There's a question from Colonel RP Singh. I will read the question, then you can take on the thing. He says, was Pakistan's nuclear bluff a deterrent to India's conventional strike? You have covered this already. His next question is, did the Indian missile impact during Operation Sindoor, US nuclear bases in Pakistan upset the US Pak nuclear strategy? You are at liberty to answer this question or leave it. It's up to you.
Sir, first part, as that we have discussed, sir. The second part, sir. RP, sir,
Yeah.
as far as my information goes, there are no nuclear bases of the Americans in Pakistan, sir. And I have a logic behind it also, sir. Bhatia sir will agree, sir. China will never ever allow Americans base and that too a nuclear base to be positioned so near to us, and that too with the country with whom they say that friendship goes higher than the mountains and deeper than the sea, sir. And to hide this thing from the Chinese who are there everywhere in Pakistan now, so it's so difficult. Whatever this was, probably it is. I don't know what is the real logic behind it. If somebody has given this information, sir, maybe he or she has some more authentic information which I do not have it, sir, or it was a part of the some information campaigns.
Yes, possible. Now, today we are also hearing about a C-17 landing there at Noor Khan of the US Air Force. So I don't know. I really don't know. Like you said, it could be part of misinformation campaign, or it could well be uh, true. We don't know because we are not in know of official things after we have hung our uniform. Fine. So I think we've covered enough. We will close for the day. Before I close my session and thank Pankaj for a wonderful this thing, I would just like to sum up that today's conversation, has shown us that Pakistan's nuclear story is not only about bombs and missiles or delivery system. It is more about the ambiguity which Pakistanis have managed to create around their nuclear deterrence. Okay, I think. Okay, I'll take on. There is one more question. I think I'll just take on after I finish. So for India, I think the challenge is to maintain clarity and confidence, and let's not get trapped into the nuclear shadow that we've probably been doing in the past. Uh, Now that I have got a question from one of the viewers, I think we have just about time to take on this question. Pankaj, the question for you is, with the tactical nuclear weapon, how will we take back POK? Okay, I mean, this is the twist in the question. Uh, do you see any connection?
Now, you meant to say that with the Pakistanis having the TNW, how will take back POK? I'm
Probably
not
he's
able to
referring
understand.
to the tactical. No, I think what I understand probably is that he's looking at our own tactical nuclear weapon, probably not by not enhancing the arc of nuclear threat, but just using tactical nuclear weapon. Can we take back POK?
Sir, I'll not be able to say what we can do, sir.
Yeah,
I
absolutely right.
just want
Absolutely right.
just want to tell everybody, sir. I draw an analogy, sir. So in the medicine world, we have a pharmacologist and we have a person, sir, whom I call virologist, who studies the virus, sir. I am a virologist, sir, and
Yeah,
pharmacologist. No, I do not know what is the medicine for that, sir. Vaccine, I do not know. I
yeah,
can only tell you how this virus Pakistan is.
yeah. I think that's a very interesting way of putting across. I think yes, we study the target country more than probably we study our own tactics or doctrine. By virtue of being in this profession, our focus is generally on the target country. With this, Pankaj, thank you very much for a wonderful discourse. We've been planning to have it for so long. Uh, Now that we have opened up and the ice is broken, we will invite you for more such engaging conversations. Thank you very much, and I'll request our viewers to please like, share, and comment. Thank you, Pankaj, once again, and Jai Hind.
My pleasure, sir. My pleasure. Jai Hind, sir. Jai Hind, sir.